Great. Just by watching this video, you're already ahead of your competition and one step closer to creating the killer product page on Amazon. We all know how crowded the Amazon marketplace is, and a regular question that I'm asked is, how do I make my product listing stand out from a competition? So today's video, I'm going to do a screen share with you guys because it's slightly more technical than normal, and I'm going to walk you through the steps so you can go ahead and apply these today. So what are my credentials? Well, I set up my first business in 2015. Since then, I've launched multiple businesses on Amazon and Shopify, and more recently, I've sold one of those businesses for over 7 figures. So the example that I'm going to share in this video is Bose headphones. The reason why I'm using this particular brand rather than my own is because I want to avoid confirmation bias, and I want to give an impartial view on what I think they're doing right, on what they can improve on. Let's start with the top of the product page, so focusing here on the title, the details of the product, and their imagery. Beginning with the actual title itself, it's well detailed. It goes into specifics including colour, Alexa compatibility, and it doesn't just say brand name and model. What's important to remember always when creating a title is you've got to be SEO focused, and what I'm meaning here is you want to get in very specific details whilst being careful of the amount of characters that you're wanting to use. So let's give you an example here. If you're selling these set of headphones, you could easily just write Bose headphones. And yes, while that might appear in the search engine, if you're competing against just Bose headphones against this title, which is extremely detailed, odds are that this is going to come up as a recommended search. Now, if we scroll down ever so slightly, we can see the sale price, which is priced in at $106.99.98. Now, what you'll actually notice underneath that is it says you'll save £10 and 1 penny, a total of 6%. Again, this is another trick that will help improve your listing, because ultimately if you're comparing yours against a competitor's, by offering a slight discount, Amazon is going to favour you in that instance. So I would always recommend you adding in a slight discount, of course if you can afford to give one away. So moving on to imagery, let's start with the first photo. And the reason why I want to touch upon this before we actually discuss everything else that's important with imagery is Amazon requires you to use your main product image on a clear white background. So when putting your imagery together, don't try and make it fancy by having it in various different colours because it'll get rejected instantly. Now, as you can see there, they've actually got 3 different pictures of the product itself, showcasing it from different angles and what's included in the box. So what I like here with Bose's pictures are that 1, they're high resolution, so they're clear to see. 2, they're large enough for me to be able to clearly see the picture without having to zoom over it, even though that function's available. And they have a mixture of lifestyle images and standalone product images, so I'm able to get a really good idea of what the product would be like if I was to wear it. Now, what's also interesting, you'll notice that on the left hand side there are videos that Bose use, and this is a new feature that Amazon has recently introduced. Now, if you're new to being an Amazon seller, you might have not noticed this as a consumer, but Amazon now allow you to upload videos that you can offer at the top of your product page, and there's clearly an important reason for why they're doing this. So what I definitely recommend you do is try and create some video. You might not have the highest skill set of doing it, but it's imperative that you do put something together. Bear in mind when creating a video, it does need to be square. Amazon do offer the product dimensions and the pixel sizes, and you can get all of that from the help pages. Now, for those that might offer different sizes of products, let's say you're a clothing retailer and you're selling, for instance, socks, and they come in different sizes, you might want to use the variation function. Now, it's not essential, but it is a nice touch for this kind of product, and we can see that clearly here where Bose offer the headphones in 4 different colours. Now, what's unique here is it allows Bose to offer the same product at different pricing rather than having to create multiple listings. They can bundle it up all into one. Moving ever so slightly down the product page, there's an opportunity within key features to add as much detail in about your particular product. It helps give the customer the sense of security, and it's one definitely making the most of. Sticking with key features, there's an opportunity for you to put bullet points about the item. Again, you really want to make the most of this. Now, while Bose are utilising it, in my opinion, they're not making the most out of it. For instance, let's look at bullet point number 4 here. balanced audio performance at any volume. While it is relatable to this particular product, you want to be able to make the most out of the sentence spacing. The more detail you have will ultimately help customers when typing in their query of the particular product. So if I was re-editing this listing, I would possibly slightly look at changing that particular bullet point to sit with the others. But having a look at the rest of them, they have done quite a good job at this. So it might have just been a long day in the office here and they ran out of ideas, but you kind of get the gist of what you want to achieve here. The final bullet point is a perfect example of one that needs to be achieved. Alexa built-in devices lets you instantly connect to Alexa to play music, control your smart home, get information, news, weather, and more using just your voice. You know, perfect there. Try and make it consistent like those. Moving down the product description page, we really get into where they have the opportunity to showcase the product. And as we can see, both here are really utilizing it and maxing out the A+ content manager. And what's fantastic here is that you can upload HD imagery and videos. You can say what you like about the product, you can show lifestyle images, and it really makes it, I suppose, eye-catching for the consumer. Now, you might look at it and think that they've gone to a huge expense, but it really doesn't have to be that costly. Most people can create really good home videos just off an iPhone. So if you're quite handy with your mobile, then really utilize the functions that are available for you to do this. Now, if you struggle, there are various online services made available that are low cost and easy to get in touch with. Examples include Fiverr or Upwork. And I'll actually share those in a link below at the end of this video for you. Now, we can also see what they use are called comparison pictures. Unfortunately, not everyone has the ability to be able to do this. If you're a small brand and you don't have variations of products, as we were discussing previously, you can put in other pieces of information, but I suppose what it is here is another opportunity to showcase your key features, and that's what both are doing here. The reason why I like this so much is, as a consumer, it allows me to quickly glance at the variations of different items that they have and compare them side by side. A slightly different video to the last two, but if you have any questions about what we've discussed in the walkthrough, then please post your questions in the comments section below. And as always, if you can give us a like and a subscribe, that'd be hugely appreciated.